Hey you guys, David here once again for another video, and today I'm going to tell you a story that probably a lot of you won't even believe. A long time ago on my main channel, I told a story about bullies and how I actually had a pretty hard time with bullies, and it was a more internal battle than a physical one. However, there are exceptions to that story, and I'm going to tell you the absolute worst one to show you that you're not alone if you're going through this right now. So the year was junior year. This is 2008. Oh my God, I'm old. This is 2008, junior high school for me, and I'm in chemistry class. And in my chemistry class, I was terrible. And not like I was a bad behaved kid or anything. I was just bad at chemistry. I excelled at history and English. Those are like my main two, but math and chemistry, So I am in trouble. I have like a D- in the class. So I'm really stressing about this. Every experiment that we get, I either get a bad group or I just don't understand it and I'm just stressed out about it. And then finally, we get to an experiment I understand, and I felt so awesome about it. And you guys who are in high school now probably know this experiment. It's the pH experiment with the Bunsen burner. I bet you see where this is going. So I had in my group one really nice girl named Leslie, and she understood it too. And so we started knocking out the pH levels, testing it with the Bunsen burner, with the striker and everything else. We have our aprons and our goggles and whole 9 yards. We feel like we're killing it. And I hear some laughing at the table behind me. And I overhear the name David a few times. I'm just like, whatever. And I'm just focused on my experiment because I have to get a good grade in order to pass this class. I focus and I hear more chuckling. I look behind me and I'm like, well, I don't know what they're talking about. Whatever. Still writing, still writing. All of a sudden I hear like, oh God, he's gonna do it. All of a sudden, maybe 3 seconds later, I felt this intense sting right here. I'm not gonna say his name so people don't harass him, but this kid came up to me and burnt me. What he had done is he took the striker that lights the Bunsen burner and puts it in the Bunsen burner. What? So he like held it in there for like maybe a minute, pulled it out, didn't even let it cool off at all, came up to me and just like branded me with it. That split second, I knocked it out of his hand. Right before I like went to charge at him, I thought about my situation. My school system was flawed logic where if you got in a fight, even if it was self-defense, you still got suspended. So I held myself back and I said, go sit the f down. That was so ridiculous of you. He like looked shock in his face, like he just realized what he had done. And this kid in my class was always kind of quiet, and the kids at his table were always kind of mean to me. So I guess he did that in order to kind of prove himself. I don't know why he did it. But point of the matter is, I have this probably, if I were to guess, like borderline 2nd degree burn on my arm right here. And you know what I do? I keep doing the experiment. The professor, of course, was not in the room when this happened. She was gone for maybe 2 minutes. I'm starting to kind of rash from like here to there, and I'm just in so much pain, but I'm also driven by getting a good grade, like ultimate nerd, right? So I'm like, Leslie, let's just keep working. She goes, okay. So we keep doing the experiment. My professor comes in, her name was Mrs. Merriman. She comes up and goes, how's everything? Oh my God, David, what happened to your arm? And I said, nothing, Miss Merriman. Like, okay. No, seriously, what happened? I said, burnt me. Well, that's a problem. I go, no way. She goes, you need to go to the clinic. I go, okay, I'll go to the clinic. So I get out and I'm in this brand new high school that's huge. So the chemistry room is here. The clinic was all the way on the other side. So I'm waddling with an ice pack on my arm all the way to the clinic with my apron, you know, because I'm like about to trip over it because I was so short at the time. And I finally get to the clinic. They look at the burn and they go, we can't really do much, but here's a paper towel. So they wrapped a paper towel around the ice pack, put it on my arm, So I waddle all the way back to the chemistry class, and then she goes, you need to go to the library. I'm like, why do I need to go to the library? And she goes, because they need to document the incident. I'm like, can't we just do that later? And they go, no, you have to do it right now. It's policy. So then I go all the way to the library, which is right next to the clinic, pull off the ice pack. She goes, okay, I just need to take a picture of this. I can't really get the flash on. I'm like, oh my God. Take the freaking picture. And she, she had to take one with flash or without flash to document the incident. So then waddled all the way back to my class. Again, she goes, you need to go to the principal's office now. I'm like, oh my God. Go all the way to the principal's office, sit down, and he goes, I need you to write this report of, what happened. What, did you instigate him or anything? I'm like, no, I just want a good grade in my chemistry class. Basically, in a nutshell, he burnt me with a Bunsen burner striker, and I don't know why. I'll see you later. Walk all the way back. Finally, almost done with the experiment. You have to go back to the principal's office. Oh my God. Go all the way to the principal's office, and there's a cop there. It's our school cop. He pulls me aside and he goes, now David, I know this probably is freaking you out right now. I'm like, no, not really. I just want to go do my experiment. He goes, now I'm gonna ask you, do you want to press charges of assault? I go, and I thought about it in my head, and I had every right to charge this kid with assault. Every right. And I know most of you in the comments are gonna say, you should have charged him with assault. I thought about it. I thought about what it would do to his school year. I thought about what he had done in the past to me. I thought about, what this would cost him on his record and everything, because he was 18 at the time, I believe. So I thought about it, and I said, no, I don't care. Just let me go back to my chemistry class. The kid walks out, and he goes, David, I'm just so sorry. I just hope you don't press charges. Like, don't worry about it. I just walked away. I got back to the chemistry class, and the bell rings. And it was last period. So then one day I had to stay late at school to finish the experiment, which I ended up getting like a C on because, it took so much time. I got on the bus because they had locked the apron and goggle cabinet because everybody was gone. I get on the bus with the goggle, apron, and ice pack on my arm, and I start working on my arm. And I never went to the hospital, even though I probably should have. But my mom saw the burn, and she goes, what happened? I go, somebody burnt me at school today. And she goes, okay. Because it was so normal of me to come home with like mean stories. It was just a hard time of my life. Should I have taken more action? Theoretically, yes. But at the end of the day, it didn't change my life at all later in life. One, I just want to show you, if you're getting bullied by anybody, regardless of how serious it is, to a flick, to a pencil poke, to a burn, those people, after high school, you will probably never see them again. And I never saw him again. I just want to make that clear. I look back at it, and I am proud of myself for doing the right thing. In hindsight, I would have probably punched him in the face. And I remember when I came back to school the next week, people thought I was some badass because I didn't like lose my head. Public opinion of David changed very quickly because I didn't lose my cool. And also the burn made me look like I could take anything. Thank you all so much for watching this. I hope you all enjoyed this story. Make sure to keep your head up. It's all gonna be cool no matter what stage you are in life, and I will see you guys next time, and take it easy. Have a great day.